Today I'm going to do a review on this baking bundle, and this is by Chefs Limited. I received this for free through a website called TOMOSON in exchange for a review, but all opinions are completely my own. Go ahead and get started. The first thing you see here is just the box that everything came in. This bundle has 3 pieces to it. First thing is on here, it says a baking mat, which is this. It's a silicone baking mat. And I'll show you that close up here in a couple minutes. The size of the baking mat itself is 16 3/8 inches by 11 inches. It's actually half the size of a regular sheet tray. Then we have the silicone baking mitt, and it is heat resistant up to 500 degrees. And the last thing in the bundle is the baking sheet. The size of it is 18 5/8 inches by 12.5 inches. I know the dimensions of the mat and the sheet sound completely off, but they fit perfectly together. So we'll go ahead and take a closer look at everything here. And the first thing we have is the silicone baking mitt. Like I said before, it is heat resistant up to 500 degrees. It is very flexible, and it has the grippy texture inside to help you get a better grip on whatever it is that you're getting out of the oven. I also like that it does give you a little bit of added protection here. I tend to always burn, not really bad, but I always tend to get my knuckles or just the back of my hand, whether it's on the top of the oven. If I'm pulling something out, I always catch the rack underneath somehow. Or if I have something on the second rack and I'm pulling it out, somehow I always tend to get my thumb on the rack above it. I don't know how it happens, but I like the fact that this kind of gives me a little bit of protection from that. And I did use this the other day, and I think the tray that I had was probably around 400 degrees, 425 degrees. And when I took it out of the oven, I did not feel any heat whatsoever through the mitt, and I think that's a good thing. I have pot holders or oven mitts, and I usually feel the heat through them, so I really like the idea that I didn't feel any heat whatsoever through this. That lets me know that the silicone is really heat resistant, and I like that factor. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the next thing here, and this is just the baking mat, and this is made out of silicone. I absolutely love this. I used it the other day. I made sugar cookies. And I really like the idea that I did not have to take cooking spray and spray down my baking sheet in order to get the cookies not to stick to it. I just put the dough directly on the baking mat and baked them, and when they cooled, they just came right off of it. I didn't have to scrape them. I didn't even use a spatula. I just took my hands and they came right off of it. I was really impressed. This is probably my favorite thing in the bundle, just because I know that from now on when I bake, regardless of what I'm baking, I can just put it on here and I don't have to worry about coating it with cooking spray or whatever the case may be. I don't have to coat my tray with that in order to get the food not to stick. I can just throw the baking mat on there and I'm good to go. So that's definitely a huge thing for me. I really like that aspect of it. The other thing that I found too was when you use this on your baking sheet, you're kind of prolonging the life of your baking sheet, because I have baking sheets that have baked on cooking spray on them that I just cannot get off whatsoever. So I like the idea of not having to use the cooking spray on there anymore, because then I don't have stuff getting baked on there, and when everything's done and it's time to clean up, I'm not scrubbing the sheet, I'm not scratching it trying to get stuff off of it. All I have to do is take the mat off, clean the mat, and then wash the baking sheet. There's no scrubbing, there's no nothing. So the silicone baking mat is definitely a huge must-have in my opinion. I think it's great. I've never used one before this, so I was really impressed with it. And this is what it looks like to give you a little better view. And then here's the cooking sheet. It's pretty much just a baking sheet, your basic one. I mean, there's nothing really different about it. It is really lightweight, but it does feel really sturdy and durable. Overall, all three products together work really well. I think that Chefs Limited did a good job of giving you three things that are pretty much essential when it comes to baking. And I would definitely recommend this to anyone who is looking for a silicone mat. If you're just in the market for a silicone mat, I would definitely check out this bundle because they all three work so well together. And I'm actually going to put a little slideshow at the end of this video with the process of making the sugar cookies from beginning to end, just to give you an idea of how well things went. So you can check that out after I finish with this. And I will put the link in the description below for this product. If you are interested, then you can check it out. I will also put the link in the description below for TOMOSON if you are interested in reviewing products like this. And thanks for watching.